Hey, so before we get started, you guys know the drill. Thank you guys so much for coming back. I miss you. I miss these little planting videos. And this one's going to be relatively simple. But before we get started, make sure you like the video. Just get out of the way. You know you're going to like it. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and ring that little bell button so that you can get up-to-date notices, okay? It has been a minute. I haven't done one of these planting videos in quite a while, but I don't know if you remember a while ago I got 4 new philodendrons. I got a philodendron pink princess, I got a philodendron white knight, I got a squamiferum, and a Rudolph, and they're all doing really well, but it's about time for me to plant them, so that's what I'm gonna do. Today we're going to be focusing on this guy, Philodendron White Knight. Not so long ago I did a video because I got this beautiful leaf. Look at this guy. And this is one of the reasons why the Philodendron White Knight is so highly praised. Now, don't mind this. This is how it came. I don't have the heart to cut this guy off because it's still so healthy. Look how beautiful that is. So I'm not gonna cut that off. But this guy is praised or prized because of the white variegation, okay? Just like most philodendrons, it will thrive in bright, indirect light. We want to keep it in 60% humidity. I don't follow I don't go walk around with I don't walk around with like a humidifier percentage thingy. I just turn the thing on. I have philodendrons that have quite a different range of likes and needs. So this one does like 60% humidity. So some facts. This guy is a climber, so we are going to put it on the pole. We like to put our plants on poles in this house so they can earn their keep. This is a cup from Dan. You guys remember this? I love this cup. It's one of my favorites. So this guy is it's not a creeper. It's not gonna like creep and grow this way. It's gonna climb and grow up. So we wanna support that. Any plant that does like to grow up a pole will grow bigger if you allow it to do what it naturally wants to do. I found this beautiful vessel, but it doesn't have any drainage. I do like to use vessels that don't have drainage. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I don't like the mess. So we're going to put it in this today. Just a couple facts. Philodendrons are native to the tropical parts of the Americas, but now you can find them growing wild in Australia, Africa, and Asia. This guy is rare. It's not so easy to find, but I have one. So we're going to plant it today. This guy likes to have a well-draining soil. So because our vessel does not have drainage, I'm going to put leca on the bottom. We're going to put some screening so that the water has a place to go. I'm going to use orchid bark and perlite. It does call for 1 part perlite and 1 part orchid bark, but I'm going to put some organic matter in there too. So we're going to mix it with some dirt. So we're going to do 1 part perlite, 1 part soil, potting soil, and then 1 part really chunky orchid bark. I like this orchid bark. Of course, you guys know, I'll give you guys the links. But I like this orchid bark because it has I like this orchid bark because it has thick pieces of charcoal that will prevent molding, all right? You can also put drainage in your pots at home. It is a process. I wouldn't do it. And again, because I don't like water leaking all over everything, ruining my shelves. So I'm just gonna put this leca in. Philodendrons can also grow in the leca, but yeah, it's not my favorite substrate to use solely. And again, this is just to prevent like silt and any extra substrate from falling between where it needs to be so this guy can grow and the leca. The leca I'm just putting in so that there is a place for the water to go when I water it. I think you guys can see that. Okay, so we're just gonna mix this up. Nothing special, I'm not making a cake. And this is literally what my plant is going to grow. It likes a well-draining soil. This particular philodendron, and it's so important that you study your philodendrons. I have a philodendron pink princess that I have to do an update on because, so like for this one, it wants to be well draining, it wants to be dry before you water it again. And that's the case with most philodendrons, but they're not all the same. There are 400 different species of philodendrons in the world. And they all have different requirements. Most of them will be mostly the same, but they do have different requirements. I'm a mess, so I'm gonna put this on top of here. It took me a while to realize that not all plants need soil. And when I say that, I mean like potting soil. And the reason I bring that up is because I've killed a lot of plants. Because what I thought, excuse me, it needed, instead of doing what it actually wanted to be done to it. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more orchid bark in here. Just give me a minute. Okay. I'm just gonna pop this sucker in there. I'm going to use some of the soil that was already in the plant. What's the best way to do this? Okay. I love it when I watch these videos like online and people have like special brushes and special tools to make it really pretty. I don't have all that. I live in New York. I spend all my money on rent and brunch. Rent and brunch, it's the life. Welcome to me. Do that. As you can see, quite a brute. This will not take long at all because I had everything prepared. I'm not usually prepared. Okay. So, I mean, that was pretty simple. That was it. I'm going to anchor it with this guy's right here, the floral Velcro. So right now I think that's I'm gonna clean this up and water it. I will say this, do not plant your plants in vessels without drainage unless you really know what you're doing. It is very easy to overwater your plant if you don't know what you're doing. And I think it's because you tend to water plants the way you think they need water, and they don't drink water like us. These guys do not want to be in wet soil. If that was the case, they would be planted in a regular substrate, like a regular potting soil. The perlite and the orchid bark are going to allow that water to kind of like flow to the bottom. So we're just going to make sure that it's wet, but not in soup. I was going to tell you guys how this related to my Philodendron pink princess. That guy, unlike this guy, likes to be in a moist environment. I know a lot of you guys don't like that word. I like it moist and damp. That guy likes to be in a moist environment. So I'm kind of always now topping it off with water. It is in a pot that has drainage, but I think the first time I watered it heavily, and I let it sit in the tray that had the excess water. Well, it didn't like that. So it kind of like had brown spots on some of the major leaves, and I got some major damage from it. I am going to give you updates on that guy, because it is on the better side of getting healthy. But I want to make sure that it's healthy before I do that. Like always, guys, it is such a pleasure speaking to you guys. There's new subscribers every day, and I am so grateful for you guys. I can't even tell you how much. So like always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell a friend. Let's grow this family. Until next time. Love this. Damn, thank you. See you guys later.